What's up, my people? Hey,
What's
everybody,
up?
it's Friday.
What's
Hey,
up?
got
Woo!
C-Man on the panel. Thank you, Auburn, for joining me also. And we'll
Always,
see
brother.
who else jumps on the show today to catch up. And we will not catch up on all the topics that has been 2 months in the brewing. So we're going to just hit some certain topics. If you have some questions, please post them. If we can, between the three of us or whoever joins the show, if they're able to help answer those questions, we will do our best. We're here to help you. So if you've not watched the show before, what we do is we try to give you information that you may not find in all the places. We'll talk tech, we'll talk Oculus, we'll talk cord cutting options. We'll also talk about some things that may impact your bill if you are paying for streaming services. So we cover a lot of topics and it's been awesome. How before I say hi to people over on the side, how are you doing, C-Man? Thank you for joining us.
I'm doing well, thank you. Great to see you guys back, and great to see all the guys in the side chat.
Yeah, I see we're loading. People are slowly rolling in there. So we'll take a few minutes to before we get cranking to let people jump in. Auburn,
Stu, Redneck,
yeah,
Nowhere,
yeah,
Heavy Metal, Funster,
yeah. I see the rolling
Yeah,
in here.
Jim,
yeah.
all those guys.
So, Auburn,
Mm.
how you doing?
I'm alive right now. I missed everyone. This was I think this is why I was so sick. Because I didn't have I don't do any drugs. This is my drug.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. Between this
I'm
and
so
no
happy
player
to.
pass.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, the player pass. We were getting those little fixes. We did a thing in Telegram. If any of you have seen, but it's always if you ever see us there in Telegram or for the player pass room or here for streaming matters, just jump in. You'll see the little telephone thing at the top. Jump in, and we're always happy to have everyone to talk with. You don't have to turn on the camera. We just sit there and rap. But we were yapping like little schoolgirls the other last week for 5 hours. But we had a blast. I missed everyone, so it was good.
Yeah, and if you got so Telegram, it is a messaging app that you can install. You look down below; there are links to my Telegram chat room, and from there you can find your way. I make it easy for you to find other rooms if you're wanting to find them on Telegram. Telegram is a messaging app, kind of like your Discord in a way, for people that may be familiar with that, or for Yahoo groups back in the day. So we have messaging room there, and as Alvin said, when they'll create a live broadcast, which is not being broadcast online. It's just people can jump in the room. Anybody can jump in that room, and you can don't have to have a camera. It does help if you have a microphone. If not, all you're going to do is hear what people are saying, and it's just
Let
a
you
way
use
of
your
talking.
phone.
Yeah,
You can
you can
always
use
use
your
your
phone.
phone also if
Yep,
you
yep.
don't have a mic.
Yeah, so if that makes sense to everybody. So yeah, definitely. Here's Nookie Telegram is where all the cool kids hang out. And again, I help people. People message me, and I'm sure the same thing for you, C man. When people message you on Twitter or something like that, and or they'll do it on my YouTube video, and they'll ask me a question. Well, first of all, I'm not going to be able to answer that question right away. Usually, that's something it happens at time of day. Well, then I message you, and then you're going to take a day or two to get back, and it's hard to have a conversation. But if you're on Telegram, if I'm not online, there's most likely somebody else online that could help you, and you're able to have a two-way conversation. It just makes it easier.
Absolutely. I mean, YouTube or Twitter is hard to
Hmm.
catch people. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
it's like
on and off.
yeah, because you message them, and then it's like to me, it's like the old Telegram. It's like I send a message, and then I'm gonna wait a day or two for them to get it and respond, and then it's gonna
Hmm.
take me a day or two to get back. It's just so slow. So if you have questions and you're needing some help, it's like a lot of people ask, "Oh, help me find this or help me find that." It, I appreciate people commenting on YouTube, but it does help me or makes it easier for me to help you or even other people to help you if you join. I think my room has got 1,200 people in there now. Not all 1,200 people are talking, but there's enough knowledgeable people in there that even if I'm in bed or at work, it's a good chance that someone's going to answer the question. And if no one doesn't in a number of hours, post it again, and maybe somebody new is online. So I was looking through here, but yeah, usually I try to go through, and I don't want to have to go through everybody's names. I posted the names.
Listen, everyone. I would normally, get on his case and make us do a roll call, but it's been so long. I just can't stress how much, we missed you. You know what I mean? It's just that's why we're having this show. Todd's out of jail.
I'm out of YouTube.
I'm still in it though. I'm still there.
They deleted your account. I'm close to that.
Yeah. I'm done. That's what you get for hanging out with me.
Yeah,
but,
I think it's you. Did you get in trouble because of me, or am I getting in trouble because of you?
I think it's always the black eye. Really.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Well,
it's a black thing.
We're 8,000 miles apart, and I'm still the one that has to deal with it. But I missed everyone. I really did. It was. I'm so happy to see everyone back. All right. Okay.
People all right. So YouTube got me for one video. And just to give you to let people know, and YouTube is I'm on shaky ground with YouTube, as well as most people that are given information like this. We're all on shaky ground for them. So they got me for a video, a wizard video, where I didn't even really show. I kind of gave like a quick overview where it didn't say nothing. You just saw the outside of it. It might even have been somebody's that's on the panels. There might have been their one. I can't remember. So I got hit with a wizard video, and I thought, oh, well, they got me for showing a pre-configured build, a wizard. So that's why I got in trouble. So I'm like, okay. So I went through and deleted all of my videos that were pertaining to that because I didn't want to get in trouble. Well, you're in jail for 1 week at the beginning. And what they do is, so you can't upload no live for a week. After that week is over, you're off restrictions and you're ungrounded and you're able to get back online. But that's when they can hit you with another strike, in which they hit me with another strike immediately, which was on how to make a wizard. It wasn't even showing a pre-configured wizard. It was actually just showing how to make one. I didn't show any add-ons, just how to make a wizard. And look at blues floating around in the background. So I got in trouble for that. And so I went back and deleted a bunch of videos. I mean, anything that I thought might get me in a little bit of trouble, I deleted. Because the next one, I think I get put on restriction for a month. And then after that, your channel is gone. So I have 2 more months to stay on the good list, if that makes sense, because you got to be on you can't get in trouble for 3 months, and then you're not on red alert kind of thing. So if you can follow me on Odysee, that's where I can put more video and put more content that can't be put on YouTube. So if you're wanting to follow me, look there. I will have a lot of the videos that you may be more interested in. You're going to find it there on Odysee. And you can probably look my name up. If not, I think it's in the links down below. There's some links to some of my channels in there. So check. That's what happened. Plus, in amongst that whole deal is we went on vacation. So we were gone for a while. And then I came back and I started working the job in the evenings. And that was on Friday nights. So hopefully I'm not going to be working on Friday nights. And I hope everyone's got them a drink, because I got my drink. Got me a little bit of orange juice and gin and juice. I'm doing gin and juice. I'm doing gin and juice. Hey, did you see that moves? Look at Next Level wants a vacation. So yeah, I had a little time. So we're back. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that is more recent. And if you have some questions, you can toss those out. So one of the big news is, and I'll throw it out here at the beginning, and we can kind of we'll head on from the other stuff, is Diggs is retiring, and he posted, I think, last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was the beginning of the week.
Yeah, that he was retiring, going to stop doing it. A very popular builder, and just said he's retiring. So for whatever reasons, he didn't post why. And you know what? This is a lot of work to try to keep up with this stuff. And so he's retired. The only thing that's left in the wizard is a new build, which was the MCE, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the,
Yeah,
if I'm not
MEC.
MEC. So that is the only build in there. If you have one of his builds on one of your devices, that does not mean, since his wizard is no longer, does not mean the build is going to stop working. The build is going to work just fine. As add-ons change or some of that stuff happens, it could break certain aspects of the build. But right now, the build is working just fine. So if you're a fan of this build, that doesn't mean you have to run out and install a new build. It just means if something breaks, if a link in a sub menu doesn't work anymore, nobody's going to fix it. You got to fix it yourself. And to me, it's a great way to, if you like a build and you want to start doing your own build, you can start learning and start making edits to that build. And I don't know, I haven't installed any of his builds in a long time, so I don't remember, but some of his builds were more simple and then some were more advanced. So
A lot of his are really advanced,
okay.
but their admin team on their Facebook page is really, really, really good. I mean,
And they have a wiki page.
yeah,
They have a wiki
yeah, they
page that has
do.
all kinds of information and videos, tutorials, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, those guys really do a good job. I mean, and people say his builds are bloated. You know what? 350 MBs is not that big.
Mhm.
Right.
So, I mean, I've seen much bigger.
Well, we're talking about some of my old builds were much bigger than that.
I still have a few out
Yeah,
there.
you have to. You look at some of his builds. I mean, again, one of, I would say, probably the most popular builder out at this time.
I would say as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to impact it. A lot of people don't understand. Again, doesn't mean the build's going to stop working. It just means as add-ons change or are added or go away, or even if inside an add-on, if the TV section gets moved inside the add-on by the add-on developer, that could possibly break that little shortcut. But again, there's enough information on the wiki page and the Facebook page on their Facebook group, and you can learn from there. And I think it's a great step to get your feet wet before you say, you know what, I'm gonna start from scratch and do it my way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really nice people over there too. I have
Yeah.
nothing but good things to say about them. So
Yeah, I agree. I'm on their Facebook page. I follow them. And I agree with C man. Good information, unless you're kind of a jerk, or if you ask the redundant question that is asked every single day. There is a search on, as well as most Facebook groups have it, as well as Telegram groups. There is a search button. If you are having a question about a particular subject, hit the search, put whatever you're searching for in that little search window. And because that question may have been asked just a day of earlier, or even earlier that day, or 2 days earlier. And then you're going to be able to see all the responses from the admin and from other users to see what the solution is, instead of you saying, hey, I want everybody to answer my new question, which is the same question that was asked yesterday, because that's when people start to get a little bit, well, if you can't read what was posted yesterday, why am I going to answer your question? So,
and he's in there. He knows what's going on, and he sees people complaining about nonsense, and it's usually their device or something else. And I mean, I don't blame him for losing interest,
yeah.
honestly.
Hey, I've been there. I've had a number of builds, and I'll be honest. I had at one point I had 4 builds, and I'm like, this is too much work trying to keep up with this, because you're not making it's costing you money more is all it's doing, because you got to pay for a server and this and that, and costing you time. And like you said, see man, then when people complain about it, it's like, you're
It's
complaining.
free.
I'm doing this for free.
Right,
What-
right.
yeah. So yeah. I mean, to me, what the build that works for me is not the same build that Seaman's going to use, because and this is a good analogy for people. When somebody says what's the best build, that's a silly question, because it's so there's so much opinion to it. Just like if you ask 10 people what's the best car, well, you're going to get 10 different answers, because it depends on what they're looking for. Are they looking for fast? Are they looking for gas mileage? Are they looking for something that's sleek? Do they want an American? Do they want a Japanese? Or they want a German car? I mean,
Yeah.
so what each person's best can be a wide variety. So when a lot of times we pick best, don't use best, but the other part of that is you got to see what fits your taste. I prefer a build with less things going on. I used to, when I had my bigger build, I had metallic going, I had all kinds of stuff. I had animated backgrounds moving all the time. I had widgets out the yin yang, had widgets for everything. Uh, and that's what I liked at the time. But now I want a handful of add-ons. I want a very few widgets, just something to kind of remind me of a new movie that's out or a new TV show that I'm like, oh, I might want to watch that. And that's it. I don't want TMDB helper. I don't want any of that other stuff. But some people do. So you have to figure out what works for you.
You do. And actually, Jean's on here.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. And you know what? What a super lady and a super admin.
On all the time.
She's on all the time and so patient. I'd lose it.
Yeah, I've seen you lose it a little bit.
I have.
And you're a nice guy too.
I am. I try anyway.
So yeah, it's not going to stop working. Go with it. Go with the flow. If you, and who knows? Again, I don't talk to Dig, so I have no idea reasons behind it. But sometimes people just get burned out and they just want to walk away. And maybe they come back, maybe they don't. I mean, how many builders have we seen that have walked away and not ever came back? Because they're like, I like all my free time. I like not having to answer and feeling obligated, because it's an obligation that you feel when you are a builder and something is broken or needs to be fixed. You're thinking about it all the time. I know I did.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I jump on it. Like Buster said, I quit twice a week. But no, I can't have things broken.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
I don't know. With me, I since I got my one build and it's real small, I've got almost nothing that breaks, because a handful of add-ons, and I don't do the I don't do all the really direct links on the sub menus or some of that, where you can do it where it's like, oh, here's NFL, or here's yes, this sport, that sport, and they click takes you right to that particular place. I don't do a lot of that because I find those break easily, because if the builder changes their XMLs, then it can break it very easily, and then I got to go back and fix it.
I take it straight to the add-on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Figure it out, research it.
Yeah. It's so bear with them, and if you like the build, continue to use the build. And if Gene gives permission, I will post a link later on in the show details if given permission, but I'm not putting it out there if I'm not given permission for it. But I definitely say thanks to Diggs for the years that he spent. I should say he, they, she, I can't even know. The team that worked on this, numerous builds. There was not one build, it was a bunch of builds, and the work that they did on those. And it takes time and effort. So thanks for the work. No hard feelings. You can always come back, or, but I appreciate any time that people do any work in this community, because 9 times out of 10, they're doing it for free or cost out of their own pocket. So, all right, Gene said I can post a link. So I will post the link into the show details. So after the show's over, the link will be there. So you guys can find that later and go in there. But again, I know they got a Discord group and stuff like that. So I'll post whatever, give them permission to post. But definitely appreciate the team's work and what they do over there. So we're piggybacking on that. So I thought about, I've seen numerous information about some new builds that have popped up and on Twitter, people I follow. And I'd asked C-Man if he would take a look at and get that information while my lazy butt was at work. So he was looking up and trying to find some of the newer updated builds, and we thought we'd toss them out there. So if you're maybe looking for a new build and you want to try something, these are some good options.
You want me to go over
Yeah,
them?
yeah. No, because I didn't write them down.
I thought Alvin was.
Oh, me, I'm the worst for that.
All right, we'll post them up there because I don't even remember
yeah,
the
I'll
names.
post them up here. Okay, yeah, I'll put.
I can do it if you
we
want.
got we got Funsters here.
Yeah, Funster. Hey, speak of the devil, look at there. Funster Halloween build experience in the Raven. Funster. Oh, that's Fun. That's DJ that's in here.
DJ.
I saw the wrong name pop up. Okay. So Funster's new one that's out. I haven't checked
Those
this out.
two
So it's a
are
new
out.
Halloween and Raven. Now Raven, that was kind of like looking like the movie, wasn't it? Didn't I see it was like fire around one of the backgrounds?
Yeah, he brought that back from 18, and it's a collaboration with him and Dre, who is the video guy, who's really good. He's more of a Twitter guy, not a Telegram guy, but he's excellent. So I mean, it's really nice.
Yeah, I'm going through here and taking a look. Let me see if I can. Okay, I'll try to share my screen. This is the Halloween one. Let's see. Did DJ talk yet? I'm sorry. I'm got another window open. His mic's
muted.
Yeah.
He's muted.
He's asleep.
Yeah.
Get away! I'm not asleep.
What's up, DJ?
So good to hear your voice,
Give me a minute. I've got a problem. I've got you coming out of my speakers, so I've got to switch over to headphones.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna post this. This is the picture. I pulled it up from the Twitter. It's like an old guy. So this is a few pictures. A little Halloween theme.
There you are.
So
should all be good now.
Be good. Good.
Yeah, I'm
we
good
got
now.
you. So that's out there, and let me stop presenting because I know that there was another one.
The other one there? The Raven you're talking about, or
the Raven? I was looking.
Yeah.
I want to say I saw it posted. And I'm running through. Sorry, I'm running through.
Look at his media on Twitter.
Yeah, good idea. All right, so here it is. Okay, so this is a new one. I'll share this real quick. Present, share screen. Here we go. All right, so this is the Raven. Nice dark, scary theme for the Halloween.
I like that one.
And again, you can. We're not going to give out URLs, but if you do a little research, you're gonna do some legwork. But it's in Funster's Wizard, so you can find that. So that's some options. DJ, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. How's everybody else?
We're good. Glad to hear your voice.
I'm glad to hear you.
I'm
Every-
plugging along, as we say.
Okay.
I'm doing the best I can.
Uh-huh.
It's like say, don't want to get too much into it. So
Yeah, that's all good. Well, it's good to hear from you.
it's,
Any new projects for themes? And again, with themes, if you're not sure what a theme is, it is not a full build with the add-ons and such like that. This is a skin with modifications that's been done to make it look a certain way or have a feel to it. So the buttons will be changed. But again, no add-ons are in there. Nothing's in there. Just a basic skin that you can use and to do some work. So, any themes that you've been working on and putting out?
I done one. I can't remember whether it was last week or the week before. I haven't put it out because it actually got claimed. Somebody claimed it and done a build on it. I think it was Kodi Man, and
Yeah, we talked about that
I done one
in
called
the pre-show.
I done one called Kaleidoscope.
Mhm.
Kaleidoscope.
Mhm.
So I done that. That's the only thing I done. I just knocked that together like a couple of days. I just first time I'd really sort of like felt like sitting down and sitting in Photoshop and doing some work in Photoshop. But other than that, I haven't added it onto my wizard. I should really add it on to the skin section because it is an actual skin, so you can actually just install it as a skin and it'll be there straight away as a
Mhm.
skin. You got to do no configuration or anything to it. So, and that was done on DJ Lite, I think, if I remember rightly. So, but other than that, no, I haven't. I've just been busy doing other stuff, and I don't really want to talk about my medical like stuff
Yeah, no worries.
while we're actually on the show. It's like I say,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We're in the
I
same
just,
boat.
I've just been busy with that sort of like stuff as well. So
Yeah.
Well, take care of yourself. Don't and you've pulled back on a lot of the stuff, so it's good that you're got to take
I've
care of
pulled,
yourself first.
yeah, I pulled back on a hell of a lot of stuff, and that's because I have to.
Yeah.
Because I have to. It's like so I've got to think of myself, my own medical health.
Hmm.
That's my main concern.
Yep. I
What
don't blame you.
have you at least been making yourself feel better by at least watching a movie or a TV show now that you're not doing all this work?
I can't really say too much because, like I say, I wish I got time to do and watch some TV shows, and sometimes I'm lucky I will get to watch some TV shows, like say that, but I can't really say too much. I don't like to
Yeah.
talk about what I actually do in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
coding community.
No,
Right.
no worries.
Like you
Okay.
say, a lot of the stuff I do is behind the scenes, and that's how I prefer it to stay.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, completely fair. Hey, this is so what we could do is we can this is the Gru. Tribal has said the Big Kev, Nature Man, Gru, smoking builds all have updated. I think I thought some of the chains ones were updated this week on Twitter, or some new ones were made. And I see that Stuart, hey, the man that he tests out all the builds. Stuart he said that build is awesome. He's checked it out. So I'll have to check that. But their Gru is a new one that has kind of popped up that you may be able to
That's
find in places.
that's just jogged my memory. That I was Todd. Were you saying that
Yeah,
smoking builds? Yeah, just jogged
yeah,
my memory. He got in touch with me and says, "Can I do him a theme?"
yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm giving you some work again.
No,
Um,
no, I'd already got the work. You've just jogged my memory that I'd forgot about it.
yeah. He's probably like, dang, I don't want to hit him
Mm,
up. So
yeah.
yeah. You're welcome, smoking. I helped him help put it on his front of his mind. Kodiapps did have the auto light build. That is on, I think, my wizard as well as Seaman's wizard, and I know it's on those two wizards. I can't remember if I've seen it on another wizard.
Kodiapps? That was on
But
Kodiapps, you said, or
well, it's the Kodi apps.
uh-huh.
He made a build, and
Okay.
he asked if it would be hosted on a couple wizards. So I posted on my wizard yesterday. I know Seaman did the same thing, and it's a light. I only have one little picture that's on the website. Let me pull this up. I'll share this. So this is a photo of not that one, but the other one is a photo of the screenshot from the build. So Houston looks like Aeon Nox to me, or some Aeon skin is what it looks like. So if you're looking for something like that, you may want to check out that as one of the newer builds.
And also that auto.
Auto.
Otto.
How do you say that? Because I don't want to say it. It ain't AUTO. It's auto, like the name Otto.
Otto. Yeah.
So yeah, in
bit like saying Kato, but take the K off.
So we got that. Blamo posted here. Doomsday.
Hey, what's up, Blam?
Has some builds out, and Gut Wall Street. There are some people that do some NFL theme builds. I have seen that. I want to say in the Digs group. I thought I'd seen that. It may have been in one of the other groups that I'm on. They posted where some people took the particular NFL team and did some theming around that. But if you look around, you might be able to find it. Not that it may or may not have your team. Depends on the taste of whoever the builder is, because if his favorite team is the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's what they're going to do a theme in. So definitely once Stuart says Aeon Nox Silvo is one of his favorite skins. It is a very good skin. A lot of builds use it, a lot. And there's lots of information if you want to learn how to change things in it. And to me, it's pretty easy to figure out. It's some other skins are not as friendly on making shortcuts, submenus, menu items. This skin makes it pretty easy, and it's not that big. I mean, there is some bigger skins that are out there.
DJ Light is a lot smaller than Aeon Nox Silver.
Yeah. Well, how much is DJ Light?
It's 25 MB.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, that is pretty small. Because I think Aeon Nox has got to be 60 or 80.
I've actually got 2 Nox 5s, and they've only 11 MB.
Wow.
They're modified as well, because as you know, on Nox 5, you couldn't have a single menu item.
Oh yeah.
So I actually modified it, and so you could have a 1, 3, and 5 on it.
Yeah, I like 3. For me, 3 fits. I know some people like 1, some people like 5, but for me, I like it. This is a skin I used way back when, the Aeon MQ skin. Now it's up to 8, I guess, because it's been going up. This skin is another. This is not a newbie skin. This is a skin that you need to have a little bit of experience in understanding how things work. This would not be the first skin that I would mess around with. But the MQ skin is a beautiful skin, a little heavy, not super heavy like others, but heavier than some of the lighter skins. But there is customization out there. Yahoo, you can do so many things with this skin. And not a lot of people use it in builds. It's not a more commonly used one. So if you're wanting to be experimental and try some new things, try a different skin, you understand how builds work. You've done it before. MQ is a skin that you might want to check out. I used it in the past. I don't know about you two, DJ or C-Man. Did you guys ever use those MQ skins?
Yeah. I've tried them in the past. I've modified them in the past. I'll modify anything. I will. It's like I say, I've tried them in the past, but like I say, I've always found them a bit heavy, and it's the same with the Aeon Tejo or Tango, whatever you want to say. That is well heavy.
Yeah,
I think that's 128 megabytes, just the skin.
But to me, sometimes the heaviness isn't always the size of the initial skin. It's those processes that sometimes, sometimes they pull in a certain script. And I'll use TMDB Helper. A lot of people love TMDB Helper. I used Metallic back in the day. I used it all the time. But it's heavy. Those, especially TMDB Helper, I found weighs down my build. If you as soon as you install it, everything starts to get a little slower. It's not dead slow, but it's
No.
going to be slower. And if you put it on a low end device, it's going to be even worse. And then you start adding a bunch of widgets to it. So
it's just the extras that they actually pull, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a lot of the time you don't need to pull them extras.
Yeah.
You can use the skin without them extras.
Yeah.
A lot of the dependents they stick with the skin you don't need.
That's a cool skin. Hey, I did see Funster posted on here. The problem with themes and builds from a sports teams is it's going to be a niche build. You are going niche. I call it niche. So you're only going to hit a very small market. It's like if you're a Celtics fan and you're like, oh, everybody loves the Celtics. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Because there's a lot of other teams that people like it. Or if you're doing on football and you're like, well, everybody likes Manchester. Well, no, they don't. There's a lot of other teams. So if you make a build that's just that team, maybe you're making it only for you. And if that's the case, fine. But the problem is most likely if you're like looking for a build, you're like, oh, why don't you have the build? Oh, well, I'm really not a big fan of Liverpool, but I guess it's the only football one that they have. So but that's
unless someone made something that you would just type in the name and it would just pull all the information that was needed.
Yeah, that would.
That's just the way I think.
All right. So speaking of
but
that,
I'm not no builder like that. But that's the way I would build it.
All right, let me give you. I'll give you an instance. This is old school information on back when we had the noobs and nerds, and we had the community portal. One of the things that myself and ARB were testing, and Lee was writing this code, was a way you could customize. It was a build maker. So you would go in and check what add-ons you wanted, because remember that used to link to repos. So it would pull from that repo that it needed this, and it would pull from this repo. And then it had backgrounds. You could change the backgrounds. So whatever background folders or was uploaded, you would have been able to do it if with that program. You'd have been able to say, I like, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I want to install these add-ons, and it would have laid it out on this skin. But that's long gone. But it was actually a project that was being worked on for a while. It never went public. We were testing it. And it was just, we just didn't know if we wanted, because we were going to do like there were zip packs of like sports add-ons. So when you installed the sports add-on at that time, this was years ago, there was 5 add-ons that you needed to have for sports. So it would install all 5.
That's a bit like Psychic's unique skin, isn't it? I know it doesn't pull sports, but it pulls different backgrounds and different menu bars.
It's true. He does have it where he links it to a server that can pull the background. I don't know if he has sports teams on, because I actually, to be honest, I use that skin, but I point it to my my background folder, so I don't see what he's offering. But it's not hard to, especially if a server, you can make a folder and put background images up there and put
for
them
different
up there.
different sport teams.
Yeah, and
there'd be a lot of sport teams for you actually to do, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
if you think
you'd have to.
28, 30, yeah, it's about
the 28 NFL teams. Just
28 NFL, right?
Then it wouldn't stop there, would it?
Well, that would be a different thing there,
You'd have your hockey, you'd have your NBA,
right? But
you'd have your football.
Yeah, but at least a person is going in saying, okay, I'm in the hockey, I'm in the football or soccer.
I was going to say, let me say it properly. We American and Canadian. Well, I clash you as a Canadian now. Soccer to us.
I keep saying football just because you're here.
Yeah,
it's football. We call yours egg ball.
Rum and juice.
It's not football.
We call it egg ball. What you call football.
Hey, Crazy Eyes says, I find TMDB helper still faster than skin helper. I haven't used just the skin helper. Some skins Some skins will pull from that, and we'll actually talk about a little bit. We were going to talk about that. Hey, Nookie says that my pronunciation is actually correct.
Listen, that's only because she's up
What
north up there.
pronunciation?
They don't know how to
Of
really
niche,
talk.
niche.
Yeah,
I said
yeah,
niche.
they don't know
No,
how to
it's
talk up there.
niche. It's niche.
niche.
It's not
niche.
niche.
It ends with an HE. Okay, so it's niche.
See, look at all the football fans. Look at all different all different ones. So
Yeah,
the
I'll
egg ball.
be back in 5.
Okay. So what we thought, I thought we could. Hey, C-Man, was there any other builds that we were gonna toss out there that people might want to check out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Groove was
Groove.
brought up.
Yeah.
Really nice build he has, and he has his own little community and Telegram. So
that's one I'm not joined yet. Holy shit!
Really nice guy too. So, and then the Hermit,
yeah,
he has 2 new builds out, and I mentioned Kodi Man has Nightmare and Kaleidoscope, and then Kodiapps. You mentioned that.
the auto, yeah,
and then I have Resurrection out. I haven't had time to do anything because I've updated every one of mine, but I won't mention the reason.
Yeah. Hey, I see. All right. So Patty asked, who was that, C-Man? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
She's probably asking about.
Who is Hermit maybe or Gru?
I don't think Lat will remind me saying his name. Lat Auralis is the Hermit. He's under his real name on Telegram.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hey, if you guys, and I'll throw this out here real quick. So if you have a build and you create some Telegram groups, send me a message. And if you want that group posted in my community links, I have a room that I post just links to different groups. So let's say you're a fan of Asgard and you want to join the Asgard group where you're knowing when information comes out for that add-on or whatever. You can join that group. I have a link in the communities links room and you can click it. So if you have a build, you said the Gru build and the Hermit, if they have their own Telegram groups and you want that added to, so I'm nosy, so I always join groups. But if you want it to make it to where other people could find that link, let me know, send the link to me. I will put it in my community room, and then it's just an easy way for people to find links to different groups.
I know the Hermit has his own wizard and he's part of Doomsday.
Okay.
So you can find them either place.
Yeah, so if you install the Doomsday repository, you're probably going to see the wizard under programs. Wizards are programs. So sometimes here's another hint. If you guys have some if you're wanting to try some new builds, go to the program section of a repository that you're part of, because you most likely have some repositories installed. Well, you definitely have some repositories. Go into the program section. You're going to see wizards that there may be different people's wizards in there, and if you install their wizard, it's going to overwrite what you already have, but you'll be able to try out other people's builds. And I'm, that's how in like C-Man, there's, I don't know how many builds there was last time I looked in your wizard. I mean, there was.
Well, also SG Builds has joined my wizard.
Okay.
So he's inside.
Yeah.
Inside the wizard. So another good builder.
And again, if you go to the C-Man's repository programs, you're going to find that SG wizard or install his wizard, and you'll be able to see everything. So
no, actually, it's just in my wizard.
Oh, just yours. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's linked just in. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look at Funster says I'm a few. Yeah. I created my wizard on the simple wizard, the very first one. the very first version, and I actually made a video on that's what got me in trouble. The second video that got me in trouble, I showed people how to make a wizard, and I used that simple way. And I am pretty far behind. I don't have a lot of the bells and whistles that a lot of the later wizards had for 19. But if it ain't broken, I ain't fixing it. It kind of thing. It's like it's working, and I'm not. I don't care if I make my build for me and my family and my friends. Not and I mean not to say that other people can't install it, but I don't care if they install it. And if that maybe that sounds bad, but so I don't have I'm not as popular is a lot of the other builders. So if something ain't working, I ain't worried about it. Kind of like Steam-Man says he worries about it. I'm like, I'll get to it.
I'm just worried if it's broken. I don't
Right.
care if people use it, don't use it.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
It's never broken.
It's out there if you want it.
It's the end user that breaks them.
Yeah.
Usually.
I was gonna post. We did mention. We were
But
talking about
before you
Yep.
do that, I just want to mention because Beach did say that we do all the sports games
Mhm.
in VR anyhow,
Yeah.
and just to let everyone know that
Well, all the football
all the
games,
football games are there.
college football,
Real
NFL,
football, real
NFL
football.
football, and then again MMA stuff.
Yeah.
So
Okay, just wanted to get that
I'm
out
gonna
there.
pull open this thing, and I'm gonna go back just so that the Kodiapps website. This is a website that if you're wanting to try some different stuff, this would be and you're wanting information and where repositories are, some different builds. This would be one of the places you're going to want to go to get some information.
I think it's go to the skins, Todd. I think it's broken on the skins section. Yeah. Now go back to your add-ons. You could see number one. See what is at number one. Go back to add-ons. Click back onto the add-ons.
Yeah.
Now go back to the skins, and number one will change.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's broken.
All right. Well, I'll have to send him a message and see. But this site is really good if you're wanting some information. If you're like wanting a skin, and let's say this Arctic Zephyr, it's going to even have sometimes it'll have information of where the repository you can find it, as well as add-ons or builds and stuff. So it doesn't have all the builds because only if a builder doesn't want their stuff on there, he'll remove it. So there's a lot of builders that are not on this particular site because they don't want to be out there like that. So this can be one of the
Jump off
tools you
spot.
use, but
Yeah.
it's not going to have everything. But it's a good place to start, and you see where there was some builds in there. And you saw my build number 7, like the last one on the group. Lots of other ones that are out there. So this is just 7 of the countless other ones that are out there.
Let me give a shout out to Doomsday too.
Yep.
Those guys do a great job. Their builds are always updated. I mean, good guys too. So there's a lot of good builders out there.
Yeah, there is. And there's, and you can't say which one's best because a lot of them are just depends on your taste. Some using a different background that you may not like or the layout. Some people like the vertical. Some people want the horizontal. Some like DJ was talking about. He wants 1 icon or 3 icons, 3 items on a list. Some people like the one that looks like Netflix with 15 dang widgets going down there. Yeah. I don't. I mean, but other people love it. They're like, oh, I like that Netflix style. So you got to try it. What I would suggest is do some searching around. Ask about. There is some ways of installing forks. What a fork is if you take the K word, you'll have that installation as one. A fork is basically identical to the K app with some very small changes. Sometimes it has a wizard for a particular build inside it. And So they can be installed on the same device without one messing up the other. So if you're a person that's wanting to test some builds, and you're like, let's say you're like, hey, I want to try Seaman's. Now Seaman has a fork, if I'm right, Seaman.
I have several.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So someone could install a fork of one of one of those. So you would have your setup that you already know and you like it. Install a fork with the Seaman, one of Seaman's forks, and then install whatever builds on there, and they won't mess up each other. And you can test without making the whole family suffer. So, so that's a great way of testing builds, so that you're not forced to change your whole setup and then be like, I got to wipe this all again. No, just keep that messing until you find one that you really like. Then you can make it your mainstay. I did see where you posted that someone was late. Diane posted, but thanks everything to Diggs.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Very good.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah. All right. So, we talked about prior to this is this. I had somebody posted today there in the Facebook group that says, how do I make a build? I thought we could give some basic ideas. We can't do a whole video on how to make it. It's first of all, I'd be in trouble, and second of all, it's just too much, and most people, are not going to want to learn about that. But a build is nothing but a skin of your choice, whichever skin that you choose to use, and a background and some add-ons. Boom, you got yourself a build. So I was going to show, one of the, like, people say, where do I find a skin? I did pull up this link here. This is right in the, hold on, so let me open that. This is right on the Kodi TV's website. It's got all the skins. If you can go down there. If you're wanting to try this Eminence, you click it, and you're going to find, you want to use the version that works for the K app that you're using, and you would just click it, and see, here it is. Here's the repository to get it, and you could move along installing it. It's as simple as that. And I would suggest using the Kodiapps website to find some information about add-ons. Also, you can use Telegram to install just the add-ons that you care about, that you want to use. Start small. If someone was starting out brand new, what's I wouldn't use the default skin. I would not use the default skin. Aeon Nox or Confluence? What you think, guys?
No.
It varies. It's like
It does.
I would say Silvo, Aeon Nox Silvo, Confluence. I don't want to sound so like predator or anything, but a lot of Americans like the Confluence, X-Confluence, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people like that. A lot of Americans like that, but it's not the easiest to set up when you want to do shortcuts.
Yep.
You've got to know the skin on how to actually do a shortcut and how to do your widgets. It's not the easiest thing to sit down and do. Silvo is very, very simple. Very, very simple. Probably what, like you say, other than plugging my own, because mine are based off Aeon Nox Silvo. All my skins are based off them.
Mm-hmm.
But I started off, I think I was on Aeon Nox 5.
You've worked on many, though.
But when I started, yeah, I've worked on loads, but there's not a skin where I haven't worked on. And
X-Confluence is my favorite.
Okay.
For sure. And yes, it's hard to work with.
Yeah.
It's not hard if you know what you're doing, but
yeah,
I know it well.
It's not for a beginner.
No.
Yeah, I'd say for me, I think I agree. I think agree on the Aeon Nox. Silvo is a very easy one to start with. Eminence wasn't really hard when I messed around with
Mhm.
Eminence.
Eminence is awesome.
I didn't find that very difficult to learn.
Not me.
I do think a lot of people like that Horizon, or the Arctic. Isn't it Arctic? Wasn't it Arctic?
Yeah, yeah, I think
Yeah,
was it
Arctic
Arctic?
Cipher.
Arctic. Yeah,
A
yeah, I
lot
like
of
that
people,
one.
yeah, a lot of people like this. Wasn't really my thing, for me, but some people really enjoyed this, and it's not too hard to figure out.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's easy.
I like that one. It was easy,
Yeah,
and I was able to because I liked having that bar on the left side, and was able to set up my stuff real quick. And once I learned, it was like, oh, this is great.
I've modified that one. Arctic
Curio
Uh-huh.
Monkey's skins are not complicated if you know where to look.
Hmm.
They're all almost written the same. The media is almost the same. So,
it's
but
it,
they're great
mm,
skins.
it's like say when I look at a skin, I look at a skin completely different to an end user
Hmm.
and completely different to a builder.
Mm.
I'll look at the skin and see how can I modify that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I don't.
How can
I try to make it. I'm like, how can that look different? How can I
how
make
can
that look different
yeah?
from
Well,
other people's?
that's what I do. Is how
Yeah.
can I make it look different? How can I modify it? But I'm not looking at using images. I'm looking at XML work,
Hmm.
which is not your basic end user sort of like stuff,
Yeah.
and not your basic builder. Because not every builder will look at how to modify XMLs
No.
and get it to do different things.
Hey, hey, speaking of flashback, do you remember this skin?
Yeah,
Do you guys remember this skin, the
Yeah,
transparency?
yeah.
transparency.
This was the skin I used back on the Xbox days, and I actually
Uh-huh.
made a build. I think in 18, when 18 came out, they released a version. I put it on 18, but it doesn't have the widgets and all the stuff that we're so used to seeing now. But
Hmm.
I used it, and I was like, this is like a throwback. It was a real fun. But this was like on the old Xboxes. They actually, you can put it on 19 now. It's available on
Oh,
19, but
okay.
it just looks completely different. And there is some really cool. I want to say this Revolve. This is another one that people say, oh, I want something that looks different. This Revolve skin. Let's see if if this has got. It's got.
Mm.
Seeing if this had
No,
some. Yeah, he
no.
doesn't have.
Mm.
Thank you, babe. I was looking to see if he had some skin. It actually has like the wheel down at the bottom that goes left and right to change through the menu. So
Yes.
it's a different look. It's a different way of things laid out. Box is another one that's a whole different feel to the build itself. So some people like it and some people don't. So, but there's lots of options. Install a skin, play around with it. Do it on your PC. If I had to suggest
Yeah,
it, do it on
most
your PC
definitely.
where you can mess around with it. It doesn't mess up with what you have as um, your standard device. So yeah,
And
just
create a what's that word there called?
wizard.
Not a wizard. So you can have multiple copies on your PC.
Oh, a
Portable.
portable. Portable.
Portable. Thank you. I
Yeah.
couldn't think of the word because Plex is the only thing on my mind. Drink up everyone.
Jesus. All right. So anybody knows the rule. Anytime he brings up Plex, you gotta like drink because he's a Plex maniac. So those are some options for you guys that I just thought since we were talking about for skin.
Gut was at Gut
Oh,
was
so I
asking
see
if
Gut Street. All right.
yeah
So the default one. What's the default one on there?
the Esther
Touchy.
Estuary.
Itachi or something like that, wasn't it?
E-touchy, yeah, E-touchy. That's the default. I don't remember. I can
Anything
use
else?
Silva. I can use Aeon Silva with mine, my unique
Yeah.
skin. It works. Doesn't work all the time. Sometimes, like the menu bar slides over, but it's still highlighted the thing over here to the right. So there is times it doesn't work. I'll have to look into that. I don't know, DJ or C-Man, touch skin. What would be it for tablets or for phones? A skin.
It's a hard one because, like you say, a lot of them really, really struggle when it comes to touchscreen, don't they? And like you said, I know when we first went over from 17 to 18, a lot of the skins didn't like the touchscreen, and it wouldn't work at first. And I think they eventually fixed it. And I know there was a workaround where you could actually change and save the build as a touchscreen. Then when it did actually work, you actually had to modify an XML, I think. So, but I couldn't really say which would be the best for a touchscreen because I don't use Android. I don't possess an Android phone. I don't possess an Android tablet.
Man, wait a minute. You gotta leave the show.
Oh man!
What the hell?
Oh,
You're talking to
You're talking to two of us.
You're talking to an Apple guy.
Oh God, two of them. Oh man!
Even my main computer is an Apple. It's an iMac.
I'd never buy an Apple computer, but I use a phone for a phone. That's it. God. I don't use it for code.
It's like say, I've got an iPad, which I haven't very rarely use, but
yeah,
everything I use is Apple.
That's because you're over there in the UK. Maybe that's the only thing I can chalk that up to.
The only thing I use that's Android is my NVIDIA Shield, and I've got two of them.
And you like them?
Oh yeah, I love my Shields.
Yeah, and that's kind of Android.
Yeah, it's Android. It's
Android.
Running Google.
It runs Android, doesn't it?
I did see Funster posted over here. He
amber skin.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the amber skin. The amber skin would be a suggestion for touchscreen. So that's good. What happened to my picture here? Hold on a second.
You're frozen.
I'm frozen.
Wow.
Damn, hold on a second.
Let it go. Let it go.
All right, let me put myself back screen. Hold on.
Yeah. Let's see if he comes back.
Let's see. My camera's like not wanting to. Look, it's not wanting to behave.
Now you're my twin for sure. You know.
like Funster said, you have to disable wrap menu.
Yeah. I just couldn't think what it was. I just couldn't think it was. It's been that long since
it works. Then it works pretty decent.
Yeah.
Are we hearing Todd? Todd, can
we hear you? I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. While you guys are talking, I'm trying to figure out why all of a sudden my camera.
Just make sure you go back to Manycam in your bottom right.
Yeah,
there.
well,
okay.
It's
and see if you see yourself then. Oh, that crashed.
So I gotta open it again.
Just open it back up.
Yeah,
it should normally open back up without a reboot or anything like that.
So the wrap screen. So yeah, that's a good way of fixing it, and just I've only messed with it on my phone a little bit, so it's. All right, what did we had something else in there?
That Apple TV skin can be set up different and available. Okay, so do you guys use that Apple TV skin? I'm surprised you didn't learn yourself on that. Why didn't you do that if you're such Apple fans?
I have. I've messed around with it.
I don't want that on my phone.
I've messed around with it. I just don't. Like you say.
I just can't let it live down. I'm gonna have to.
Just don't get the claws out there, Albin.
Oh, they are. You have no idea. I
Hey,
have.
I'm gonna dig the clause in now. Your Plex, it was
Yeah. What about
offline
it?
the other day. It
Yeah,
was
it
offline
was.
the other
You know,
day.
because I got like
Don't
what
make
90
don't
people on there.
see. Don't give me excuses. I'm a Plex man when it's offline.
I got 90 people on there. You know, I can't help it.
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to hear excuses. There's more than 90 people that use Apple.
Yeah, well, you know, but
I'm
but
getting. I'm
there's
getting.
not
I'm
an
getting.
Apple server. Okay, remember
I'm getting.
that. They
I'm
don't
getting my
make an
own back.
Apple. They don't make an Apple server. It's still
I'm,
gonna either be,
I'm
a
getting my own
PC.
back.
It's gonna be a PC somewhere down the line where all that data is stored.
Next thing you
Okay.
know, DJ's gonna be removed from a
I,
from a Plex
Plus,
server. I see it
plus
coming.
Monster said App TV skin. That's an official skin.
Yeah. I saw it on
Not
the. I
a,
saw
yeah,
it on the list.
yeah,
not
yeah.
an iPhone app.
Right. No, I know. I know because I looked at it when I used to mess around. Because of course I have to check every single skin I've ever seen out there, you know? And when I was messing around with it, I saw that one. I said, let me take a look at it. And he said, nope, not for me. It has that
Yeah, it's a
Apple
bit
look.
strange.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's Apple.
Oh, all right. Hey.
Oh,
All right. So we got that. So gave you guys some options. So if you're looking for some builds, we've given you the option of that. If you're wanting to make a build, it's not that hard. I may make a small series of videos for my Odysee channel that may show how to make a build. I'm not going to go crazy. I'll use the Aeon Silvo. Use the Nox skin again. It's the easiest one to use in my opinion. But I might make just small videos on it so that you get an idea if you want to make your own. I think it's the best way to go, to be honest, because people are only using a handful of add-ons. You're probably using no more than 3 add-ons on a daily basis or a weekly
You could,
basis.
you
So
could go.
there's no need having a ton of them
You,
installed.
you could go the other one. You could use DJ Wave. That's got so much customization.
Oh, there you go. Hey, that goes back to the themes that you have a bunch of themes and can install those skins.
Yeah,
The
well,
themes and skins.
that's a skin. That's an
Yeah.
actual skin. DJ Wave. He's got that much customization in it. He can change every color in it.
Yeah, I forgot. I did a video on that on the Coco Scope. I think I had that on the Coco Scope before all those
No,
videos.
you never. You actually did a video, but you never released it. I don't think you ever did, Todd.
Damn cold-hearted.
Yeah, I
The
don't
thing
think you
about
ever.
the thing about builds is it's all about speed. If you
Yeah.
have good internet speed, you can run anything. If
And
you
a good
don't,
device.
and a good device, you can run anything. But like you said, I'd recommend doing my own.
Yeah. And when we talk about speed, we're really nitpicking, to be honest, on speed because speed is relative to what we remember. If you guys remember the old days, speed for what the skins do now and the speeds, you'd be blown away 5 years ago or 6 years ago.
Oh
But
yeah,
now we've gotten to be we want things to load within 2 seconds. So there's that expectation and what's acceptable is different now than what it was. So, just be careful of, don't expect too much, but when we say one's faster than the other, but it may not be by that much. I mean, a couple seconds here or there. Um, uh, so if it was on your TV, you may not even notice the difference in that. But internet speed is where, and if with internet speed, people, and C-Man brought that up about your speed, there's a couple things. There's the internet speed that your cable company says you're getting, or whoever your internet provider
right.
is. There's the speed they say you're getting. Then there's the speed that your modem is actually getting or able to process. Then there's the speed that your router is actually giving as a Wi-Fi signal throughout your home. Those are 3 different things that you could have completely different results. You could be getting 200 megs into your house, but then your device at the TV is getting 20.
Exactly.
So then that's when you need to say, where's my
Hardwire.
yeah, well, where's my bottleneck? Because it could be, yeah, hardwire be your best option, but most people aren't going to do that. It could be, interference. It
And
could be
don't complain. Okay.
it could be a
That's
bad
my answer.
it could be a shitty router. Maybe your
Hmm.
router isn't a
Yeah.
bad router, or maybe your router is too far away from your device.
Yep.
There's
Going through
people in
40
two-story.
walls.
Yeah,
Yep.
people are running a router in the downstairs in a basement, and they're
Hmm.
like, "Well, I don't know why I'm not getting good speed on the TV upstairs." Well, how far has it got to get?
Yep.
So there's steps that you need to check. What is the speed in your home or to your home? What is the speed that you're getting right beside your router? What's the speed you're getting at the device that you're trying to
Hmm.
use it on? Because if you have bad download speed, I don't care what builds you use, they're all going to
Hmm.
suck.
Yep. And you'll know that immediately once you go to the repo and you try to start installing that wizard.
Yeah, it's wow. Look at it, double the speed, half the price.
Hey. Well, don't forget now, guys. You know that Google is now testing out 20 gigabit. So it'll be here soon for everyone. You know, I'm just about at the 2 gigabit, and when I hear 20, I say to myself, "Oh God, I can't wait."
I'm at 2.1.
Great. Okay.
What?
AT&T. What are you on,
Oh,
Robin?
I'm on Verizon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm on mobile broadband.
Yeah. So, well, this is one of the things that coding was different on 19, and it was coding was different. So, kept giving him errors. So, Tejon got some help from Slam, gave him some help on that to get it running up, and that's the kind of help you get on Telegram. To be honest, you get just massive help. Sorry, Alban, I kept trying my camera, kept
No,
jacking
that's
up.
okay. I figured, I
Yeah,
didn't want,
yeah, I got
us
you.
to get kicked off. We just got back
Yeah,
on the show. I don't want us to get kicked off. I said, hey, you know what I mean? They say he's going. So what's going on here?
yeah, oh, yeah,
Who knows how the algorithms work?
yeah.
You
I don't even
know.
want to know. I hate them things. So, hey, I was going to bring up. Now we've talked about the K word a lot, but I was
Mhm,
going to bring up some news for Oculuses, and I
mhm.
know DJ and C-Man don't have those yet. We're still
Yeah.
waiting on them things.
Yeah.
I couldn't
But
afford one.
but I don't know if you guys had looked some of the new models. They announced the
Pico.
Quest 3.
Mhm.
They talked about that, and they also talked about the Pico. I actually saw a thing on the Pico. Is that how you say it? I
Yeah,
guess.
Pico.
And so
We better check with Nookie.
it's Pico. So so the Pico 4 is coming out, and I was watching some videos on it, and I'm really leaning towards a Pico 4 over the Quest
Oh, the
3.
Quest 3?
The Quest 3, which was what, $1,500 that they talked
Right.
about?
But would you really seriously say to yourself right now, "Oh, I want to, get another VR headset right now."
Probably not.
You know what I'm
Blue's gonna
saying?
kick your ass.
No, my base, she
No,
let me get one of those.
she'd be able to, watch stuff with. Look, I'd be afraid if she got to really use it because I could just imagine her watching like Lord of the Rings on a big screen. Forget it.
Yeah.
It would be it'd be over for Todd.
Yeah.
He'd never get to use it again.
I definitely would have to have two.
Yeah,
I'd have to have
yeah.
two, but I wanted to mention this Pico 4. If you guys, I was looking at this now. This is gonna be a couple or another $100 more. Let me
Hmm.
go down here. It had the price because that to me was the
The
first thing that I
important thing,
noticed.
right?
Pico 4, which is it's only released in the UK and in Asia right now. It
Yeah.
is not in the Americas. They want to, for whatever reason, get their foothold in Europe and in Asia before they make their way over to the Americas. But you're talking, it says for the 128 gigabyte version of the Pico 4 was 429 pounds. No, 379 pounds, excuse me. So 379 pounds for the 128 gig. 256 gig was 450 pounds, which is more expensive than the Quest 2, but you get more specs and more battery, all kinds of stuff. So if I was going to lean, they have, there is so many more things coming out with the Pico 4. It's also going to have a better lens. They say a better lens. The battery is actually longer
Last
lasting
longer,
battery,
yeah.
and it's mounted to the back of the headset. And for you and me, Alban, who have Oculus,
Yeah.
we bought headsets so we could put our batteries to the back because
Right.
you needed it to because it's too front heavy.
Mhm.
So Pico says, well, we'll just automatically put the battery in the back. That offsets the weight on the front.
Yeah.
It becomes a more comfortable fit. So that is a smart thing to do right off the bat. They're giving you, and this strap, look at it, it's got that little windy thing there where it'll adjust like my
Mhm.
headset does, you know?
Yeah, that's like how mine does too.
So it just makes it so much easier to take on and off.
Right.
It's going to be, it also is not going to weigh as much. That was another thing. And so I'm kind of curious. I mean, I'm going to wait for some of the guys to watch videos on it in our
Uh-huh.
Oculus group. And I'm wondering how many people would be willing to fork out for a new device.
Um, I can see people who, want to give one to someone else in the family and be able to, watch. Well, how much? What was it? The memory space on that?
It was one, it had
128.
128 and 256 was the two.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it's the same like the
Quest, yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
they've moved up. It's going to also have where you can put. They're going to offer these things that go on your legs, like
Yeah. I seen
Velcro,
that.
like
Yeah.
sensors on your
Yeah.
leg.
So you can get a
So
full.
you actually
But
can.
that's on the Quest or on the Pico?
No, that's on the Pico. But
No,
it's on
because
the.
Meta's been talking about, because that's
Oh.
what I was reading the article from, because they said that Zuckerberg finally found a way to get people standing straight up and down.
Yeah, well, the Pico is going to offer that as a accessory, because they were talking about there's going to be a dancing game that Pico was going to offer a dancing where it would be able to tell your exact moves, not just by your arms or your head, but it also be able to tell your legs, which that leads right into the whole exercise thing, because there's lots of people that are starting to exercise with these devices.
Oh, they
So,
go crazy with it.
oh yeah, and they get good money they get big money
Yeah.
on that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking at, there's the advantages of some of this, and I think a lot of people now, the library will not work. Your Quest library will not work on Pico. You'd have to buy all new software for your Pico. I don't think that, but the thing about with these VR equipment is the games are not as expensive as Xbox or PlayStation games.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true.
the most you pay, and that's for the top line game, is like $49.
Mhm.
All the other ones are like, anywhere from $5 to $15 or $18, $20 for a game.
Has Mark opened his box yet?
No.
He's opened it. He hasn't installed it though. But there was another
gosh.
bit of information I wanted to also put on to let you guys know about for the VR stuff is Unreal Engine. A lot of games run on the Unreal Engine on PC games that and I want to say Doom and Half-Life, Wolfenstein, and tons of others use the use that engine to run the game, the Unreal Engine. And there is a a software now that developers can run on a PC game, on an Unreal Engine game, and port it to VR. The thing that just popped up, just was it 2 weeks ago, was Half-Life 2. So if you
Yeah.
guys remember the old PC game,
Mm-hmm.
Half-Life 2, they ported over Half-Life 2 to the VR, which is first person where you're walking, you look left and right, you put your arm out, you grab stuff, and they didn't have to reprogram the whole thing. They took the game, they were able to run some scripting stuff and some small edits, and boom, this game now works on VR, which I thought was a really cool neat idea, and it opens up the thing to so many things. Hold on, I was going to look for see if I can pull one up on here. We'll do this. How about this? At Alex. So there's Half-Life Alex, which was a game built for VR. So that's a game you got to have a PC and you can run it. Half-Life 2, here's the VR mod on Steam. And if for any of you old folks that remember the old Half-Life game, this is the exact replica of Half-Life. You can play it. I actually played a little bit of it a couple weeks ago on my headset, and it is the game. When you push forward and it blew me away because I really did like Half-Life 2. It was a fun game. So this opens. They were talking about this is going to open up the library of games to the hundreds of new games, which are old games, can be ported over to this new VR without having to rewrite the whole game. Small changes can make it to where you can play it in VR. So I think that's a really cool thing. I think for us old school gamers and are going to really look forward to some of the options that you have. I don't know. Some of the stuff might make you feel sick if I was in VR with, especially the riding the car. So, but this
I
was
like the car stuff and the roller coaster stuff. That's what I love.
Yeah, my stomach doesn't do so well with the flying. So that's just keep an eye out. We're going to see a lot more games ported over to the VR headsets, most likely the Quest, because that's really the biggest game in that, the biggest selling console or headset at the time. But you can expect that it's going to be gone over to Pico once Pico really gets the numbers.
Talk about shopping. Amazon Day. We didn't even mention that to
I
anyone who might have
forgot about
forgot about.
Amazon Day.
Well, I don't.
Is that today? When is it?
It's the 11th and 12th. Yeah, today it ends. So
What?
get on it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've been missing
Well,
it.
listen, you don't read the notes. So.
Well, I've been working. I ain't had time to even. All right, Ancestry and Me, 23andMe is 50% off. Okay. What about all the devices? Because we always have the
they
people.
dropped those prices down. So they were like $20, and everyone's still yammering about that the Fire Cube.
Yeah.
What was it down to $50 or something like that?
Well, was that the old one or
the
was
old
it?
one? Was it Gen 3 or something like that?
Yeah. The Gen 3 Fire Cube, I think, was like 59 or something like that. And I'm looking right now. I'm glancing through. I see it right at 50% off. So if you're going to get it, you need to do this ASAP. For you box sellers or stick sellers, you already knew about this pricing, but if you're a person that has an old device and it's not been performing well, this would be the time to get it. Not like I said, I see a 4K stick right here, half price. The other item, and we talked about this a lot in my Telegram group, is the on boxes. And I don't know, has anybody on the panel tried an on box?
I have. I actually bought 2, but I didn't even plug them in.
I have 3.
Really?
Yeah, they're for a small device, unreal. Better than I mean, they have better specs than 4K Fire Stick.
Yeah.
They're good. I mean, $20.
Yep.
That's Walmart. We don't have
Yeah.
Walmart.
You
Yeah.
might. Well, yeah. I don't know. I was gonna pull up. I've got a. Hold
Yeah,
on
mail,
here.
right?
There's a website you can get them in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a I'm not gonna pull up the address, but here they are. This is an on box. They have an on stick. You're talking $5, so just get the box. I mean,
Yeah.
you got better specs. But numerous people in our groups, I want to say even Charles was talking about this the other day. He started trying some of those, and he says it's Google's interface. So if you like the Google TV interface like the Shield has, you're going to get that. You're going to get the Google Play Store, which has its pros and cons. The Google Play Store, because then you get Play Protect. That's not always a great thing. But this is another device, inexpensive, that you can use, and it's a lot of people are finding a lot of joy in this thing. So
it works great. I mean.
So it's got a little white in it. Well, and you just look, it's got your 4 buttons in there for your main things.
It's got a nice remote, unlike most Android cheap Japanese boxes.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of those cheap Chinese boxes, they're all IR, where you have to be pointing right at
it. Yeah.
Right at the box. And it's like, you're turning they're so weak that, and where this is probably Bluetooth, if I would guess, right? Like the
you don't. There is no. I mean, it'll turn off your TV.
Yeah. So, all right. So people can check that out. I'm definitely going to look at Amazon tonight because I had this week has been such a hectic week, so I hadn't even looked at that stuff. So yeah.
I should have reminded you.
No,
I thought you would have been on it though.
I would, but this last few weeks for me, between this and school and then working the evening jobs, I said, I don't know, my whole head has not been. It's got too many things going on.
Something else I just wanted to mention to everyone, because there was that show that last time you had a show I wasn't there. I know you guys spoke about that LastPass.
Yes.
How their code was breached, and everyone out there, I use that multipass, and it's the best thing. I can't stress how much better it is just to have your own device, because it's my own device I can have and hold on me that has all my passwords. I don't have to, worry about it going up to some site that I have to pay monthly or yearly to. I bought the device; it's mine. I can store as many passwords on the thing as I need. That's what you guys got to do. You get to create these huge long passwords and protect your neck. Because I feel bad for anyone because LastPass just what was it last week? They just got hit again. You know what I mean? So forget those password managers out there like that.
I have
it's not
one.
worth it.
Just
you got a
yours,
multipass?
Bobbin.
Yeah. Okay, great. Can't beat knocking on your desk, right?
Yeah,
knock on your desk and you log in.
So I'll present that because I always get every time you talk about it, people say, what was he saying? I couldn't find it. So this is what he's talking about. Basically, it's a USB device that plugs into your PC, and your passwords can be super encrypted passwords with all kinds of crazy long characters, and it's saved inside there, and it does have
it on a card, and you can have multiple cards, and you just copy the card, so you always have a backup of everything.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a great password saver because, like we said,
and it also saves it to your phone also, so you can use it on your phone also. So which is great.
So again, what kind of began this conversation was about this LastPass. You said had another security breach, and when people use LastPass, all their passwords are in this. So when there is a security breach with this, and all your passwords in there, that means you got to change every single password.
Everything. Yeah.
So in LastPass, if we remember the last time we talked about that, LastPass kept denying of these security breaches. Now, this has been going on, I swear, it feels like about a year that there's been accusations. Because remember the first time it was users that said, hey, I think LastPass has been my passwords on LastPass has been available, and LastPass, oh no, and they're like, well, why are all my passwords that are only saved there, and then somebody's getting into my accounts? And then it reported again a few months later, and it's like slowly LastPass like, well, maybe some.
Yeah. I'm just put a link on the side there for you, Todd. Just if you want to just open up that one up. Why isn't it popping up?
Why
isn't it popping up in the private? I don't know why it didn't pop up.
I think hey, my computer doesn't like it since I reset it.
No, but this isn't liking it. No. Do you have your
I see that over there. Let me stop sharing this. See if it pops up. No. Oh, I don't see it.
I don't say anything.
Mm-mm.
Hey guys, I'm gonna say bye at this point.
Yep.
Glad
Thank you,
you
Seaman.
guys are back. DJ, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you, bro. Catch up with you later.
Dude, yeah, catch up with y'all, you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Take care.
Hey, for any people that are looking for builds and stuff like that, check out Seaman stuff. Quality work, and great guy. And if you're having issues, you can find help in amongst some of their Telegram groups. So thanks so much, Seaman, for hanging out with us and getting that information.
I enjoyed it. And I'll help people. Just ask nicely.
Hey, your shit's broken. Fix it.
Your shit's broken. All right, guys, take care.
All right, bud.
It's not just about ask nicely. It's be polite and be patient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're everybody. This is a world community. So sometimes people think, I just asked that question. Nobody answered me. Well, maybe the person that you're asking the question, maybe in their time zone, they're in bed, or maybe they're at work, or maybe so. Sometimes people say, well, he shouldn't be up right now. Well, who knows? People got families and got all kinds of stuff going on. So. And we're in a lot of different time zones. So,
that's it. It's like you say, Tyler, it's just a hobby for us all.
It's become more than that for me, unfortunately.
Wow.
Getting up at 3 a.m.
I know.
I don't know what happened there, guys. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. I'm out, guys. Take care.
Later, bro.
Take care.
Later, brother.
Ciao.
All right, Tom.
Oh, look at I missed this where a couple minutes ago when I was talking about some of the VR games. Yep. I remember the Unreal Tournament or Unreal Engine was used in so many games. And it was how they built a lot of games. So be good stuff. All right. Do we have anything? Else?
Yeah, I do have a couple of the quick ones.
Okay.
I did put that link on the.
Yeah,
on the
I got
side
it.
there
I
for
got
you.
it. I got
Okay.
it.
Just to.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me share that.
Hulu's got another price hike this week.
Oh, Jesus.
Verizon is going after the pirate sites. There's a lawsuit going on that. What we'll do is we'll get these websites and we'll put them in the show notes for everyone.
Yeah.
Because I know that Todd is like so mad at himself for missing Amazon. he's ticking down the money he's losing because he didn't get in there before. Warner Brothers is it's just a mess going on over there. If you guys don't know, but they just said that they felt that everything has been underpriced and they're looking to hike up prices also.
So all the people that cut the cord and were installing these applications because they were trying to save money, be careful, because all of these streaming companies now are going to raise the prices because
with these
they're not making as much money, and as you merge, you want to make more money.
Warner Brothers Discovery.
Netflix announced.
I had that other one that
Netflix announced their pay structure.
Yeah, $7.99 for the ads. I believe it was.
Let's see if I can do because it had it for all the countries. Hold on a second. Let me pull it open because Next Level Tech sent it to me.
Warner Brothers cooked the books with the HBO Max numbers, and they misled all the shareholders in that Discovery merger, just so people know. So there's been a lawsuit going on over that. Oh, another important one. Warner Brothers is deleting purchases of people who bought digital content on their library, and now that they lost some of the stuff, so they removed it, and so people who had bought it on Warner Brothers, you go there and you try to get it, and it's gone. Just so you know, I think it's hilarious. I'll be the data hoarder that I am.
So you're saying that that they bought, people paid for lifetime digital copies.
Right. Like when you have your cable and you sit there and you say, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna purchase this movie. So you sit there and you buy the movie, and you're buying the movie from Warner Brothers. And so now Warner Brothers is saying, oh, well, we're removing these movies off our server because, we don't want to be data hoarders like Corbin. And we're just going to remove it, and tough noogies on you.
If you didn't,
what they're doing.
Yeah, you think, oh, I got it forever. Well, no, it's like it's like, say you bought the DVD of something,
right?
You thought you had it, and then all of a sudden Warner Brothers comes in your house, says, we'll take that back, and they take the DVD and leave.
Just remember, like what I said months ago, even last year, I said, Disney's in this, and this is their MO, and everyone looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, this is what they're going to do. They're going to just put stuff back in their vault, and they're not going to let anyone get it. This is how they do. Yeah. This is how they do, people. Protect your neck,
All right. So, hey, well, because we're getting towards, I wanted to bring up this.
I'm sorry, Slingbox.
Slingbox, yep.
Anybody out there, if you got a Slingbox, they're going to be unusable in November. They're they're killing the Slingbox. They're not going to work, actually. So we'll put the article out there, and so everyone can read on that. And Weather Channel is going after 23 years. They're closing that channel down.
That's amazing.
It is. It really is. I just can't believe that.
I mean, how many times? I mean,
in it forever. That's why I go. Not one of my go-tos.
And when the weather's bad or a hurricane's come in or something, everybody goes to that channel.
Yeah.
I mean, so I guess they weren't getting enough ad money. So that is a scary thought.
It is. It is. It really is.
I was going to bring up. I wanted to just show this, which is the new pricing that is been leaked or put out there by Netflix, because we talked about Netflix is going to offer an ad-based subscription. This does not mean you'll get ads on the subscription you're already paying for, but they're offering this as a extra to people that don't mind the ads because they want to save the money. So we're looking at here, Canada is going to be $5.99 a month
$5.99
with ads. So that's with ads. Let's see. United Kingdom is going to be £4.99. So so £5 a month is what the UK is going to be doing. United States is going to looking at $7, $6.99, so $7. So that's going to be with ads. But it's not a bad price because if you're paying, let's say right now you're paying 19, you could save money because you want to juggle it.
This is basic. Okay, you're not going to get 1080p. You're only going to get max is 720 at those prices. You know, you're not going to get all the movies.
And yes, the library is not going to be. They said that the library will not be as extensive in the ad-based programming. So your show or movie may not be on your basic package that you would know. So people are going to have to figure out the pros and cons, what their budget can afford, what they can't afford. But this is the first that we've seen the pricing, which sounds about. I thought it was going to be $7 to $8 US.
That's
I did see that Canada is actually cheaper, which is a little bit surprising since the Canadian dollar is not as strong as the US. But the library that Canada gets is not the same exact library that the US gets.
What do you get? A lot of the UK stuff?
No, there's just certain things that are on Netflix.
Like the Canadian shows,
let's say if Netflix, I'll throw this out there. Let's say that Netflix, let's say Stranger Things. Now, yes, it's available in Canada, but let's just use that for an example. So let's say Netflix says, hey, we got the Stranger Things, and they talk to a Canadian broadcaster, CBC maybe. And they say, CBC, you want Stranger Things, we'll give you the licensing in Canada. And it's only going to cost $500,000, and you can have the rights for that for 2 years and show it. And then we won't broadcast it on Netflix, but you can broadcast it on CBC where you'll get subscribers. So that's what happens in some countries. The UK does the same thing. There's certain content that's in the US on the new Netflix in the US that you can't see in the UK because Netflix licensed that particular show or movie to Sky or BT or Virgin or whoever. They licensed that particular movie or TV show, sold it to them and said, hey, you have the rights in that country to broadcast it. And Netflix does that when they find it's available. So yes, Canada doesn't have everything that the US Netflix has, but yeah, that's the pricing.
There's the other link, that bottom link there I sent you. If you just look at that one, that's the Netflix Disney chart I was talking about.
All right, let me share that one, bud. Present. All right. What we got here?
Scroll it down a little bit. See, stream words. Below that, there's another graph of.
So there's this one.
Yeah, that was the one in there. So it's showing between Netflix and Disney for the past for the second quarter. As much as Netflix just lost, Disney is still over them, but you got to remember Disney is Disney, Hulu, and ESPN. You know what I mean? Netflix is just by itself. So I think we gotta, because I don't think people are gonna, like I said, Hulu just raised their prices.
Yep.
Again,
the whole Disney package did.
Right.
Remember,
Right.
Disney,
Right.
Hulu, and ESPN all raised prices. It was first ESPN did it.
Mhm.
ESPN went, and then a month later, oh, the whole package is going. Everybody's
Right.
going up.
But Hulu just went up again this week.
Ugh.
That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. So there's no way that these people are going to stick with that. They're gonna Netflix is gonna uh somehow get these people because they've been gearing more stuff to the kids, and they've
Mhm.
been saying that a lot of the kids are just either just going Netflix and YouTube, because
Yeah.
they don't want to pay those other prices. The kids ain't paying those prices. They'd rather, pay a cheap Netflix price.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is heating up. So for folks, you guys that watch us, I mention these things because so many families have these. It
Hmm.
is a mainstay that most people have. Netflix, Disney, so many people have this. So we talk about that. But if you follow us, and if you can avoid all of those and be quite a bit cheaper than that. But that's where the trend is, and it's not going to stop. I mean, continue to it's the the feeding frenzy of these companies, the streaming companies, is not over. You're going to see a lot more
Yeah.
going on, a lot
This
more
war is just starting.
cannibalizing each other.
Yep. Yep. And the amount of people that they're dropping. Look at Discoveries as knocking these shows out. They're just saying sorry. They're walking in the morning and saying sorry. You're done. You know.
Yeah,
They're doing that
yeah,
with a lot of series, and
yep, yep.
I wouldn't be shocked to see Netflix start picking them up.
It's possible. That's
Yep,
that's that's
because
that's
that's the smart thing for them to do.
yeah. If it makes
If
dollars
they
and cents,
if
they'll
they
jump
could,
in.
right, if it for dollars and cents, knowing that people are watching the show,
Yeah,
and people are saying, "Oh, we want to see this show," I could see them grabbing it, you know,
maybe,
because they're
maybe.
going to get it cheaper than anything, because these people would rather have a job that's giving them something than nothing at all,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, I see.
Mhm.
You got to look at Netflix has to weigh it and say, how many customers are we going to gain if we
Right.
add this particular
Add
show?
that show.
If we
Yeah.
add that, how many customers can we expect? And it's all about the customer number. And so
Hmm.
it's how many subscriptions you're
But
selling.
it's not even just that also, but it's being able to get that content.
Yeah.
I think that's more for them of being able to say, oh well, okay, well they got rid of this show, let me grab it and call it mine, and now I have all that content for people to watch.
Maybe.
You know, that would be
Maybe.
that would be smart on them for the amount of money that they got.
All right.
Um, we won't do a side of the week, but we'll post it because
Okay.
this one I have, it's called uh, what's it called again? I'm sorry. Um, it's you can create your own AI. It's from a site called crayon.com, CRAIYON. And it's kind of funny because you can tell it, okay, let me see, you know, uh, Tom Cat beating up Jerry Mouse or vice versa. And you type that in there, and then you give it a little while to actually like draw all of the pictures, and it draws out all these pictures like as if it were a court reporter done it, and it's really pretty neat. So it'd be great for you guys to check it out.
Yeah. I'm actually, I while you were
Are you
typing,
going to say? Oh,
well, I just typed it in.
okay.
And it says it can take up to 2 minutes. I said
Yeah.
apple
Right.
tree.
Right. Yeah. It,
I
it,
said an
it takes
apple
like two
tree.
minutes. Yeah. But
So,
it's really neat. I was definitely impressed with it. I was definitely impressed.
hmm. All right. DJ, anything you want to say before we head out? Because we've been almost at 2 hours.
I'm sorry.
No, no worries.
Yeah. But there was just one other thing.
Oh, yeah. You got one more? All right.
UFC tomorrow night.
Which
We
one?
had it's a fight night.
Oh,
Fight night 212. I forgot who it was. Who was? I forgot it was two girls in the card, I believe. there's that. It's an early prelims are 4 and the main card is at 7. And then also we have bare knuckle fighting tomorrow night also, just so you know.
Oh,
I
bare
didn't
knuckle.
really look at yeah.
Nice. I did see Stuart. He did mention Turks is supposed to be updating. He was going to be on the show, but he got tied up with some other things tonight. I had heard that it's going to be a new an update. When I hear it, I will let everybody know. But it is. I'll just say it's on deck. It's not out yet, but it's coming soon.
Coming.
So, DJ, anything you want to say before we head out?
No. Just thanks for having me on, Todd, and thanks for everybody to jumping in and watching the show tonight.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah.
All right.
Good to have you back.
Oh, it's good to be back. I missed it. I definitely missed it. We got, like I said, thanks for you joining me. Thank you for C-Man joining. Hopefully next week, some more people will join. Again, panel is always open for folks that want to jump on here and share some knowledge or share some things that they learned. It's always open, and it's pretty rare that I turn people down. So if you'd like to join us, it'd be great to have you on here. Welcome to everybody for us having a show and giving the information we did this week. And we'll see you on the next one, because streaming matters to us, because streaming matters to you. See y'all.
See ya.